Hello. It's kind of a lazy Sunday here, and I've been involved with a few little projects. Go watching my favorite sporting event. I rotated this guy around. It doesn't get optimal light where it is right now. It's in its like secondary position, someplace that I am kind of like having to keep it in. And one side of it gets pretty okay light. The other side is just pretty much turned away, got its back to the sun. So for that reason, I move it away from the wall, and then so that when I rotate it around, and it's not easy to rotate it around, big thing's heavy, so that when I rotate it around, I won't take off the foliage on this abrasive stucco wall. So this is the back side, or probably, this is the other side that we haven't seen of the big bald cypress. This is a really pretty side too. Looks really nice. But this is also going to allow the shoots over here that I want to do good things. This is giving them their day in the sun, and this is also going to keep this guy from leaning towards me as much as it is right now, because yesterday that was that way and it was going towards the sun, and so now that I've rotated it around, we'll try to balance that out. Everybody gets some. So the idea is when I transplant this, it will be in a better position and it'll have more light on it all the way around. Now that's the thing. I haven't had a big bald cypress before in the amount of time that I've lived in California. In fact, these are my first bald cypress bonsais. I used to own some land that had some huge, beautiful trees on it, and that's kind of why I have these, because I love those so much. But when they're all three right there in that pot, they'll get optimal light most of the day. I think the sun peeks out from behind that little wall at about 10, and from 10 until sundown, they get it all. So that'll be more than enough, and it's just like straight overhead, so it's not, they're going to get it all the way around and stuff. So when I transplant, that's going to be great. And I've also figured out how I'm going to do it. What I'm going to do, since this is going to weigh a ton, and I was going to have a hard time figuring out how to get it over there, what I'm going to do is take that black planter out of there, take those two wisterias and those two tables out of there, so that I have that corner temporarily to work in. And then I'll put my bonsai table, which raises up and down in the corner about where the blue table is now. And that way, when I put the mica pot on there and I start loading it down with plant trunks in that heavy duty, more rock than not bonsai soil, I'll be able to raise it up hopefully with my bonsai table, and then slide it over into place. And that's how I figured out I'll be able to do that. Now here's the question. I don't want to get really nice expensive soil and then slip pot these. I would rather get nice soil, get ready to do these, and repot them all once and have that be done for the next 5 years. But they tell me, and all of my research tells me, not to really repot these guys until they start looking about like what that little branch is looking like now, except after a winter, when it just starts to show little buds, but not from a shipping mishap, but from when it's coming out of dormancy. That is when you're supposed to do that. So if I were to do that, that's supposed to be just late winter, early spring, which in the Bay Area of California, I'm not sure, but I'm betting that comes a little earlier than most places. But still in all, if I play by those rules, that guy is still going to stay in that soil and that iffy light, and those guys will still stay there in that pretty okay soil but better light, but just in those little pots for about 5 months. Meanwhile, I'll get that growing space back when I get that tub out of there. So yeah, this is me telling myself to be patient, that this is going to be nice. But I sure would like to pot those guys now. I don't know. I'm not one to I'm not going to screw it up now. No. I'm not going to screw, you know what? I'm not going to screw it up now, but for what? Somebody who really knows better tells me that it's okay to take a shot at it. Other than that, I guess I'm okay with just having these guys like that. But anyway, that's how everybody's looking. The guy that got lost in the mail is starting to rebud. If you see those little dots all along there, it's starting to rebud. The guy that came in 2-day mail looked muddy. It got dirtier, and but it didn't get beat up. It looks absolutely fine. I got my little baby tree in there just for a place to find in the sunshine, because it's optimal real estate here on a balcony is a huge, great thing. So yeah, that's what's going on with us. Should I turn this into a bonsai? A question for another day, or now. I'll vote on it. I'll take a vote on it. What do y'all think? Should I turn this into a bonsai? Bet I know what y'all say. Thanks for watching.